Mr. Chairman, and congratulations on the chairmanship. Look forward to working with you on this committee. I will try to be brief. I had an opportunity to ask Ms. Tanden a few questions yesterday as a member of his GAC, and appreciate the opportunity to raise a few more issues and questions here today. And if only there was somebody else who can ask if they meant what they tweeted later this afternoon, whether or not they've been taken back. But let me jump into it here. In regards to the economic recovery that we keep talking about, and COVID, which is clearly the most front burner issue of all. The state I represent, California, as you know, constitutes the fifth largest economy in the world and the largest economy of any state in the nation. The saying is that as goes California, so goes the nation. So we will not achieve a successful national economic recovery unless there's recovery in California. At the same time, California, and particularly Los Angeles County, has been the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic. And most people will agree, including most economists, that our economy will not recover until we get through the pandemic. I'll call your attention to a recent New York Times article about the equity in which vaccine distribution or lack of equity, vaccine distribution has been made and the consequences of that. So my question is this, Ms. Tanden, will you commit to leveraging the full resources of the Office of Management and Budget to help California get this virus under control, particularly when it comes to vaccine distribution?
Absolutely, Senator, and I would just very quickly say that I think it's really important that the administration is taking the steps to ensure that federally qualified health centers can provide vaccines in places that are hard to reach, provide vaccines in places that communities of color are disproportionately impacted by, and that's really important. And community health centers are playing a vital role. And I appreciate Chairman Sanders' leadership over many years on the issue of community health centers.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, I'd love to submit this article for the record as well. Just one other question in the interest of time. Ms. Tanden, we often talk about immigration in moral terms, and we should. And I appreciate you sharing in your opening statement your life story and your family's journey. The 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country are part of the backbone of many communities and our economy as well. They are essential workers in many cases on the front lines of the pandemic, from farm workers to the restaurant industry to the healthcare industry and many other sectors in between. In my opinion, they deserve not just safety in the workplace, but dignity and a pathway to citizenship. But immigration is not just a moral imperative, it is also an economic imperative. I believe you're familiar with a 2016 study from the Center for American Progress, where you note that undocumented workers contributed 4.7 trillion to the United States GDP. And it's been estimated that undocumented immigrants specifically contribute $11.7 billion in state and local taxes and $12 billion in Social Security revenues annually. As our country works to recover from the pandemic-induced recession, at the same time that the baby boom generation is retiring in droves, it's clear that our nation needs the economic contributions of immigrant workers now more than ever. So, Ms. Tanden, as the Senate takes up immigration reform legislation in the coming months, will you work with us and bring the full resources of the office to bear in helping illustrate the significance of immigrants and their economic contributions to our nation?
Absolutely, Senator, and I would note that there's been much work done in recent years about how comprehensive immigration reform will ensure broader economic growth. I am proud of the work I've done on a bipartisan basis with the offices of Senator Graham and many other Republicans in the past on the issue of recognizing how comprehensive immigration reform can build and it is not just a moral issue, but an economic case. And as the wages rise for people who have citizenship, that helps America's economy grow and grow more robustly.
Thank you, Ms. Tanden. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.